Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day. I wanted to do a video that I've noticed is coming up a lot lately in the comments that I feel like is getting requested quite a bit. And it's, oh god, this bronchitis cough though. Like I was saying, I feel like I've been getting a lot of questions to talk about plus size dating, my plus size experience dating, and how I found myself a good man. That's what you guys have been saying. Your words, not mine. Actually, no, like he's an amazing man. So it's really funny because I made one of these videos once a really long time ago. Hey guys, so I posted last night on Instagram a picture. Obviously a picture, it's Instagram. Just saying all these things that I could do in the video today, and you guys were really into plus size dating and tips, and I just think it's gonna be a really good video. And I look like a baby and I talk like a baby. I don't know why my voice has gotten so much deeper with age, but I'm gonna link that video down below if you want like a fun little time lapse to like 6 years ago. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and share my experiences of dating over the last year. I've been single now for over a year, and I got back into dating probably like 6 or 7 months ago-ish. And I can honestly say I had to kiss quite a few frogs before I found Yarman, my current boyfriend. So if you haven't watched any videos where Yarman and I share our dating history or like how we met on Bumble. So I have tried pretty much all the dating apps, and it's really funny. I'm gonna throw in like a few fun little story times here as well from some people I've dated that have just been like quite interesting stories. So get ready for some tea. So the funny part is about this video and this title in general, it's really unfortunate that it even has to be a video of like dating as a plus size woman. Like, why does it have to be any different from dating as a, you know, a thinner woman or a woman of any size, any color, any look? Like, it's unfortunate that we have to have these videos. I always feel the need to say that beforehand because I think it's frustrating, but I also understand where we're coming from because it's just, unfortunately, it can be a thing. I have experienced some people that I definitely think were fat fetishy, which I'm going to talk about. Like, okay, so that's a story time. We'll get there. So let's go ahead and first talk about dating apps. So one of the biggest things that I feel like myself and a lot of other women get anxious about, whatever your size is, we're afraid that when we meet this person we're going on a date with, they're not gonna think we look the same as in our pictures. I personally photograph way thinner than I look in real life and on video. Like, I'm bigger from the side. From the front, I'm very narrow from the front. Like, I don't have really any hips or anything. Like, all my weight is on the side. So a lot of the times in pictures, I feel like I look a lot thinner. And like, girl knows her angles. So on dating apps, I would try to, like, you know, include some pictures from the side, like with a friend. I remember one of my Halloween pictures, like where I was like dressed as a Playboy bunny. I was like, I think you could see like my body really well. So I'd put that one on there, and you can do like videos on some now. So like I'd include a little like clip or something. I don't know. I just want to set the precedent of like be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Whoever you are dating, what I've learned so much in dating is be true to yourself, because at the end of the day, they're gonna meet you, you guys are gonna click or you're not gonna click. And if you're not being true to yourself and you're acting like somebody you're not to try to impress this person and to get them to like you, the truth always comes out. At the end of the day, they're gonna find out who you are. So be true to you. If someone likes you for you, that's amazing. If they don't, on to the next one, boo-boo. So the funny part is, when I first got back into dating, the first guy I dated for a little while, I met on Match. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this in the best way possible. I'm gonna go on Match. It has to be more legitimate being on Match. I don't know what this voice is. So, you know, I paid, like, it's, you know, Match.com. It just seems more serious than going on like Tinder or something. So this first guy that I dated for like a hot minute was 100% fat fetishy. Like, he had a fat fetish. I have no doubt in my mind, which was a very weird experience looking back, because I don't really feel like I was fully aware of it when it was going on. And that, I feel like a lot of fat girls feel like this, including myself. Like, the whole fat fetish thing freaks me out. Like, because it's like, do you like me for me, or are you just like, I don't know, like fetishes to me, any fetish, just do you, but for me it's just not a personal cup of tea. It freaks me out because like I just feel like I'm so much more than just my body, and if you just like me because like you want to squeeze my fat rolls, like I don't know, squeeze my fat rolls after you think my personality is amazing. So we dated for a little while, but we never were like official. He was actually like a total crazy narcissist. Like I talked about him in therapy a lot. He was actually like a major narcissist. Like I've learned so much in therapy through dating, like about people and personality like traits and disorders and stuff, and he 100% had narcissistic personality disorder. If you guys are in therapy, I highly recommend talking to your therapist about NPD. It is no joke, it is very real. There are some guys out there who will manipulate the hell out of you, gaslight the hell out of you, have you running in circles in your mind thinking you are crazy for something that they did, flipping things. It's really dark actually. It's like a really bad mind fuck. So that was super fun on top of like a fat fetish. So this was the whole thing. Like when we first followed each other on Instagram, I noticed that he was following a lot of like really sexy plus size Instagrams, which is like, you know, fine, but like he wasn't following much else, and he was like liking a lot of it. It just stuck out to me, like that he wasn't like I understand that guys want to follow a bunch of girls sometimes and like whatever, but like it was just excessive. Like it was a lot. It just felt like it was his MO. Like I don't know. And then I also started noticing, like, you know, you see on your feed when they're following and following back. I noticed he was following like just a ton more as we were still talking and like dating, and that some were following him back, and like to me that means like they're probably talking because he's like this small random little page and like they have a ton of followers. Like it was just sketchy. It was just like, it was sketchy all the time. Like one time his phone was literally next to me when he went to the bathroom, and it blew up with like a million notifications from a bunch of different girls. And I had that gut feeling. Like all I can say is to trust your gut. Trust your gut. If a guy is playing you and you think he's playing, or if you think a guy is playing you, there's always a chance that you've been through something before that could make you feel a little bit paranoid, and it's not accurate. But a lot of the time, like, God gave you that gut feeling for a reason, and I had just been getting that gut feeling all the time. Like this guy, like he was so unreliable. He would just leave me hanging all the time, have so many excuses, always like end up hurting me, and like I ended up apologizing. It was really, really toxic. That's something like I haven't really delved into in my channel, and I think that was like it was like a really dark time, and I had to really work through it in therapy. And like, this is a side note as well. I feel like I'm just rambling here. I guess this is just like a chatty video here, but I feel like Yarman and I really, like, I have never believed as much as I do now that everything happens for a reason, and that like the universe, God, like there's a plan, there is timing, like timing will align for you with whatever it's supposed to be. Like, because we both, regardless of both of our pasts, I don't know if I was trying to say paths or past, but we both came together at the time we really needed to. And I think I had to go through this last year and like be by myself, you know, date, explore. Like I spent a lot of those months alone and just focusing on myself, working on myself, going to therapy. Like that's one of the biggest things I can say for anyone before dating is like, work on you. Like be in the best place you can be, because it just doesn't work until you do that. Honestly, like I wasn't ready for the love of my life until now, until I met him. And like I've never felt that feeling of when you know until now. I feel like I could cry. Like I've never felt like love like this. It's insane. So please, like, wait for the right one. Like, please. It's something I think about all the time. Like, please wait for the right one. Please don't settle. Please know your worth. Please trust your heart, trust your gut, and like wait for the person who really values and appreciates you and all those little magical qualities about you. And especially being a bigger person, I know I've struggled with self-esteem. It's natural. Everyone does beyond size. this advice goes for everybody. But wait for the one. You'll know. When you know, like you really, really do, and I've never felt this before, don't settle because you don't think you're lovable because of your size or because of whatever it is about you. You are worth it. You are lovable. You have all the good love to give and receive. Oh, I don't think I ever finished the story about the fat fetish stuff. Anyway, narcissistic. Like, I noticed, like, every time we'd hook up, like, there's, this is a little TMI, but there's a difference between, like, a man, it's really weird. There's a difference between, like, grabbing your curves in, like, a sexy way and, like, is this weird to talk about? And, like, grabbing them in, like, a too much, like, nah, kind of way. Yeah. But if you like that, you like that. That's fine. I don't know. There's a lot of different reasons that this was a fat fetish. Like, just a lot. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's getting too weird. Too much. We're gonna get demonetized. It's worth it. Story times. Okay, let's get back into like some plus size dating tips. So Match.com was a flop. Honestly, like, I don't think you need to spend money to go on Match.com. Personally, because I really thought like the group of guys would be better. I was like, if they're paying for it, it has to be better, right? No, guys suck. No matter where they are, but not all of them, not the right one for you. And this is just from my perspective, like a woman pursuing a male, but these tips can go for anyone. So for dating apps, I did Match.com. I think I maybe signed up for like 3 months or something. I obviously didn't renew it. He was the only person I went out with from that site. I didn't have much luck otherwise. I felt like guys were just as weird or rude or overly sexual there than anywhere. So I ended up switching over to Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. Those were the 3 apps that I used. I know a lot of people, pretty much when you're on like one dating app, you have several. It's kind of just like a thing. I've noticed that me and my friends do and a lot of other people. So it's so funny because you're gonna end up seeing like a lot of the same people on each app. I always think like there's so many people in the world. Like, how come we all don't find our person like so much more easily? Like it's kind of sad, but it's a lot of work finding your person, but then when you do, it's special. I'm sorry if this video feels very ranty. I guess I'm just in like a chatty mood. So again, I went over to Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. So if you don't know, Tinder is swiping, I'm sure you know, and then either person can message first. On Bumble, the girl has to message first when it comes to guys and girls. So that's where I met Yarman, on Bumble. I did tend to notice that with like conversations and like the dynamic of the app, I felt like Bumble was a bit more genuine, a bit less like overly sexual. Like, you know, on Tinder people just send like 14 eggplant emojis, and on Bumble it was more like, how are you? And it's so funny because me and Yarman, we started talking on Bumble almost over a month before we actually met because our schedules didn't line up. I was traveling and then he was traveling, and like we had been talking like so long before we met. By the time we met, we had just, that's not something I normally like to do, by the way. Like I know I have friends like this too. Like I get really anxious waiting to meet someone. Like it's just like there's just so much pressure and it just builds and builds and builds. But this was so different with him. Like it's really funny. Like by the time we met, it kind of, to me it felt like we already knew each other. Like it took us like 10 minutes to feel each other out, and then like the floodgates were open and we're like, okay, like this is something special. So met on Bumble. I think Hinge is pretty solid too. I feel like Bumble and Hinge, if you're looking for something a bit more serious, is great. I do know a lot of people who met their significant other on Tinder too though. And I also did pay on Bumble to see my matches rather than having to like swipe, because that can just get so tedious. I'm like, I just want to see who already swiped on me so I don't have to like waste time. And it's not that expensive. It's way cheaper than Match. So that's when it comes to apps, what I would recommend. I liked, and here's a few of my favorite openers for Bumble. I don't know what this video is. It's just a full rundown. I literally went on Cosmopolitan. I Googled it and Cosmo is what came up because I typed in like unique Bumble openers because I didn't want to be like boring, like, hey, like I'm sure guys get that all day. I'm like, I want to be different. One of my favorite ones was, let's both share our first time getting arrested. You go first. And like that one didn't work very well. I thought it was funny though. And then the other one that I really liked was sending like dog emojis with the smoke coming out, and then following up with like, oh, sorry, my dog got off the leash, but like, hey, what's up? I thought that was cute. Oh, and then my other favorite is, let's get ready to bumble, all capitals. But like, I'm corny and I want someone who matches my level of corny, which I definitely found. We're so corny. But you can also look up way more, but those are just a few of my personal favorites if you want to get a little crafty. I feel like sending an opener that sticks out really helps, or just send a GIF. Like, I think GIFs are really fun. So let's talk about going on a first date with someone. So nerves, I know. You know, it's so funny. My mom literally would tell me this forever because she's been dating for so long. Dating, when you first start dating, it is so scary every time. Like that nervous stomach ache, like want to vomit, it's so scary. And she always told me, she's like, the more you do it, like it's gonna get easier, you're not gonna care as much. And I was like, no, I'm gonna be nervous forever. And then by like the time I went on a date with like the fourth person, guys, I had to kiss. I like kiss, but I had to like kiss a lot of frogs, if you catch my drift. Like I went on dates with like a solid amount of people, a lot of first dates. That just didn't work out, and that's dating. So like sometimes you have to date to find your person. Then when you know, you know. And sometimes you get lucky and you meet them right away. Sometimes it takes a little while, like it did for me. So I can honestly say my mom was right. My mother is always right. Mom, if you're watching, you're always right. Probably by the fourth person I went out with, my nerves were so much less. I was just like, nah, yeah. Because the bottom line is, ladies and gentlemen, what's gonna happen is what's gonna happen. You getting nervous over it is not gonna change a damn thing about the outcome. You're gonna meet this person, you're gonna vibe or you're not gonna vibe, you're gonna go on a second date or you're not, and that's it. You are worthy of being adored, and if this person you don't jive with or you don't adore them, that's fine. On to the next one. There's a million fish in the sea. Like I've really learned with age and time, like what's meant to happen is gonna happen. Like I think one of my favorite quotes is, like, I have so many favorite quotes, but one of them is, no amount of regret can change the past and no amount of anxiety and worry can change the future. Like what's meant to be is gonna be. We can't control it. I'd say for first dates, one of the biggest things I would recommend is wearing something that makes you feel really good. Do something that makes you feel good that day. Like get yourself in a good headspace. Have a friend that gasses you up, or if you're someone that needs to just like be alone and center, do that. Like do what you need to do to feel comfortable and confident. Wear something that makes you feel good. We all have like a go-to outfit that just makes you feel like bomb.com. So wear that. Get yourself in a good headspace, put a good song on. Try not to overthink it. I know a lot of us too are like, well, what do I say? What are we gonna talk about? Da da da. And the bottom line is you can't control that. You're not gonna be able to plan all of that out. It's just not possible. Go with the flow. It's gonna be cool. So I had, like I said, several dates. And there were some guys that never called or texted again, 2 of them. But there wasn't a vibe there, so it was actually solid. Like like it's cool. Like that's fine. That's the whole thing. It's fine. If there's not a vibe, it's even better when you both don't feel the vibe, because then the other one doesn't have to be like, sorry, there's no vibe. There were a couple guys I went out with that I didn't feel a vibe with, and I had to say it. Like, just be polite, be nice, talk to each other like you want to be spoken to, you know? If you're not feeling the vibe with someone, just be like super genuine and sweet about it. Like, I think you're a cool person, but like, I don't think there's a vibe there. I wish you the best of luck. And I also feel like you should be able to be yourself fully and like express your feelings. If you had a good time on a date and you haven't heard, it's not gonna hurt anyone for you to send a text and be like, hey, just letting you know I had a really good time. Let me know if you want to do it again. And their response will tell you everything. Be genuine, say how you feel, and like just keep trying until you meet your person. Like, it can get really tedious. There were so many times where I was just like, I can't do this. this is terrible. I'm done. I cannot go on another date. I'm done. But then, like I said, you go on the date with the right person and it's just all worth it. Just keep pushing through and take breaks. Like if you are dating consistently and you just are getting tired and frustrated, I think breaks are really important, because I've noticed that dating can be mentally really draining and tiring and taxing. So take breaks when you feel like you need to take breaks. Have time for you. My mom does that. I have friends who do that. I did that. Like, step back when you need to step back. But more than anything, have fun. Have fun. Be yourself. Enjoy getting to know new people. Enjoy the process. I look back and I was so like anxious about finding someone. I feel like for a while I wasn't enjoying the process. I was more just like anxious about it. And then towards the end, when it all comes together, is when I finally like let go and like enjoy the ride. So, Baba!
Hey.
Hi, Baba. Oh, you're so sweaty.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Come put your cute little sweaty face in. Baba is so sweaty.
Yeah.
You just went for a run. Hi.
Hello.
Hello. I'm talking about dating.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
About plus size dating.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have any
Good input?
Do you have any tips? Any tips for anyone, not just plus size, with dating? If you could give one tip, just one.
May sound cliche, but stay true to yourself.
That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Yeah?
Yes, the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. Because the truth's gonna come out. Like, be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be true to yourself. The right person will love you for you.
Okay.
Thanks, bub.
I'm drowning in sweat. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for the input, cutie pie. So on that note, guys, I think that's essentially what I've been saying for the last 20 minutes. So let me know down below if you would like anything else regarding this topic that we can talk about. I feel like I've been talking for so long about everything regarding it and the whole process. So I don't think I really missed anything, but like I said, leave it below. And also leave down below your biggest dating tip as well. And you know what? Also, like, I don't know if I talked enough about like being worthy or whatever, but like it's super crucial to remember that like your size can't hold you back from dating. Like, I think it's really sad that a lot of women still feel like that, and it's really important that we talk about it. I know a lot of women who are bigger are afraid to date and don't think that they're worthy of dating and love, and that's really heartbreaking. So take it from me, take it from a lot of people, that it's not something that should ever hold you back in any regard. Don't let your size hold you back from dating, from the job that you want, from chasing your dreams, from doing absolutely anything, because it does not limit you. You are an amazing human. Like, it's so crazy that like size is like don't let it have that much power in your life, you know? You're more than that. So all right, I'm gonna go. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.